Field is in good condition. The tarp was removed. They're at solid footing. We walked across about half of it, and it's ready to play this game this afternoon. And ready to set the stage for the kickoff in just a moment will be my colleague on the Bills broadcast, Ralph Hubble. But before we rejoin Ralph, let's take a minute out for this message on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Got another sister, brother, all good neighbors together. Western is a place these days.
Deposits made today, earn top interest right away.
Visit Western Savings, don't delay. For the better things in life you've always wanted. Save the dollars each week, just bank a few. Stop in at Western Savings. Western's a friendly bank for you.
Come in and open your 1965 Christmas Club account at any one of Western Savings Bank's 3 convenient offices. And while you're in the bank, be sure to pick up your free copy of the Farmer's Almanac.
Stadium here in the city of Buffalo, New York, where the American Football League overall championship game will be played starting in about 3 or 4 minutes. We're still waiting for the players to be introduced down on the field. If we have time, we'd like very much to thank all of the fans along our Buffalo Bills football network for their fine loyalty through the years, and we just hope that you will continue to play on our side and that Buffalo will be able to send great football your way. The Buffalo team is going to receive on the opening kickoff, although the official formality of deciding that has not taken place in the center of the field. We're waiting now for the officials who are getting a little bit anxious and champing at the bit a bit to get these fellows introduced and get the game on its way. The fog is beginning to settle in, and the lights penetrating are dimming just a little bit. The official today, the referee, will be Bob Finley. The umpire will be Walt Parker. Now the official introductions are taking place. The head linesman will be Al Sabato. The backfield judge, Hugh Gamber. And the field judge, Frank Rustich. One by one, these players are being brought on the field. It's been 5 years since the American Football League started its first organizing. And through the lean years, the Buffalo fans, Western New York fans have all stayed right with the club. This year they have set every attendance record for War Memorial Stadium. And there's no question about it that whereas the standees are not quite as plentiful as they were for the Boston game a month or so ago, they're still standing down there on the right, and the stands themselves are being packed to capacity. Right now, with faint applause, the San Diego team is being introduced. However, in comparison to what we saw a week ago at snowbound Boston, the booing by Buffalo fans is not in evidence at all. The Boston fans seem to take great delight in booing every single member of the Buffalo team, and especially Cookie Gilchrist. The last title game that the Buffalo Bills played in, but not as these Bills, was in 1948 when Cleveland won by a score of 49-7 in Cleveland, and I remember that game but too well. 4 years of the All-America Conference for the Buffalo Bills, and now 5 years for the Bills here, and they get another crack at the overall championship of the league. And now the Buffalo Bills are about to be introduced, and I rather imagine you'll hear some cheering, and they tell us that Lou Saban, who has not been taking any bows this year, is going to be introduced before the game starts. Right here we have the chance. As these fellows are introduced, we'll call them off for you. Rollie McDowell was just introduced. Here's Jim Dunaway, left tackle. And that great big man, Tom Sestak from McNeese State, coming out now. He'll be followed by the right end, Tommy Day. The left linebacker is John Tracy, number 51, coming out now. These are all great ball players, integrated into a great system of football. The middle linebacker is number 64, Harry Jacobs. The right linebacker linebacker is the blonde Mike Stratton, number 58. Here comes number 22. Left halfback. Left safety will be Gene Sykes, number 23. And he crosses up. He did the right halfback, George Bird, number 42. Now Gene Sykes. And the next one, and the last one to be introduced, will be George James, who will play right safety. So it's the defensive lineup. James gets a tremendous hand. Pat McGroder, one of the officials of the Buffalo Bills, is giving Lou an oil painting of himself. And we'll try to catch some of the words. Thank you, Ralph, and Merry Christmas, everybody. And here we go for the American Football League Championship of 1964. Jim Warren and Leslie Duncan are standing beneath the uprights as Gogolak gets ready to side foot this ball and start the championship game. Today's crowd will set a championship game record in the American Football League. It will be in the neighborhood of 40,000. The lights are on, the temperature is 47. Gogolak sets the ball on the tee, and wherever you are, we hope you'll enjoy our broadcast this afternoon. Warren and Duncan of the Chargers are waiting, and here's Gogolak approaching the ball, and he kicks it off. It is high and deep at the goal line, and behind it, it is fumbled there and fallen on by Leslie Duncan. There will be no run back, and the Chargers will start at the 20-yard line. Haygood Clark was the first man down the field for the Bills. Their backfield will be Rhodes at quarterback, Lowe and Lincoln the halfbacks, Robinson the flanker, and Norton the split end. The center is Don Rogers. The tackles are Wright and Mix, the guards Sweeney and Shea. Here we go. Wide to the left is Norton. Robinson is out to the right. In the tee, with a back set in a divide behind the tackles. The first play of the game. Tobin Rote calls it. Goes back to pass. Gets good protection and gives up the middle to Lincoln, who breaks through to the midfield stripe and is tackled at the Buffalo 41-yard line. Keith Lincoln, a beautiful fake by Rote. Charlie Warner made the tackle at the Bills' 42 as Lincoln broke through for a 58-yard gain at the Bills' 42-yard line. Wide to the left is Norton. To the right is Robinson. The back set to the weak side. Rote calling his play with Lincoln and Lowe behind him. He gives off again to Lincoln, and Lincoln gets about 5 yards off right tackle. He is stopped by Sestak and McDowell at the Bills' 37-yard line. Right goes Robinson. Kosurik is out there, too, as double flankers. They have a slot back to the left in Lincoln and a wing back to the right. Here's the pass. It is good to Lincoln, and he is upended at about the 26-yard line in a spread formation, double wing and double flankers. Sames made the stop at the Bills' 26, and the Chargers are on the move. Got a first down. Well, you can expect Sid Gilman to use everything in the book this afternoon, the same formation. A wing back wide to the right this time, double flankers to the right, and a split left end. Here's Rote faking back to pass. He throws long, and it is caught for the touchdown by Dave Kosurik. And the Chargers lead 6-0 as they drove 80 yards in about 5 plays. And there's the San Diego Cannon as the Chargers go out in front with 12:49 left in the first quarter. They have scored in 4 plays, moving 80 yards. Lincoln is coming in to try the point. Keith Lincoln with Rote holding. The Bills stunned on this drive, and they trail 6-0. Here's the try for point. It is good. The score is 7-0. San Diego leads, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Once again. again, friends. We greet you from War Memorial Stadium, where in electrifying fashion, the San Diego Chargers have taken a 7-0 lead over the Buffalo Bills in this championship AFL game. Dave Kasurik scored on a pass from Tobin Rote, a 26-yarder, and Lincoln kicked the extra point. So it's San Diego 7 and Buffalo nothing as the kickoff comes up, and here again is Van Miller.
Warner is deep with Rutkowski. Lincoln kicks off. It is high and short. Coming up on the ball, Rutkowski at the 15 to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, out to the 40-yard line, and down he goes. We're in the first quarter with 12:31 to play, and the clock is running. Jack Kemp was the quarterback. Carlton and Gilchrist are the running backs. Stevenian is flanked to the right. Here is Kemp giving off to Carlton. He finds a good hole and roars up to the 48 or 9-yard line. Off right tackle. He was stopped by Bud Whitehead, the safety man, and Dick Westmoreland. And Bass is the split right end. Here is the call by Jack Kemp, the quarterback. He has Gilchrist behind him. He moves him over now. Behind the tackle, gives to Cookie, and he fights through for a first down on the play to the San Diego 49 over right tackle. Ernie Ladd made the stop. George Gross, the left tackle, helped out. It'll be first down for the Bills and 10 to go. Gilchrist and Carlton in a divide out behind the tackles as Kemp calls the play. He gives off to Gilchrist again, and the big guy Ladd hits him at the line of scrimmage and stops him for no gain. Ernie Ladd was there to greet Cookie Gilchrist at the line of scrimmage, which is the San Diego 49-yard line, and he stopped him right there. It'll be second down and 10 to go for Buffalo at the Charger 49. San Diego moved 80 yards in 4 plays. They lead 7-0 with 10:43 remaining. Westmoreland is playing off him about 7 yards. Bass is split right, single coverage, as Kemp calls the play on 2nd and 10. He goes back to throw, looks downfield, passes, and it is incomplete at the 40-yard line. Defending on the play was the middle linebacker, Allen. And they're flip-flopping their safety men now, interchanging them. Here is the call by Kemp on 3rd and 10. He is going to pass. It is good to Gilchrist, and then he drops the ball, and it goes as an incomplete pass. Dropping back in safety for San Diego, Leslie Duncan and Jim Warren. Or Jerry Robinson. McGuire will punt, standing at the Bills' 35. Gets a good pass from center. Kicks it high for the right sideline. And it goes out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 7.5-yard line. To the right is Robinson. Norton is split left. Back to pass goes Tobin Rote. He throws long for Robinson, and it is no good at midfield. But I'll tell you this, that pass was right on the button. And Robinson, who has great speed, Clyde to the left, Robinson to the right. Tobin Rote calling the play. On a trap, into the clear momentarily, out over the 20-yard line goes Paul Lowe. George Sames finally cut him down. It will be a first down for San Diego at the 24. They have Lowe and Lincoln out as wingbacks in this spread formation. Here is Rote on a quarterback draw, and he pulls away from one man and then is cut down at the 30-yard line, falls forward to about the 31. Here is Rote calling the play on 2nd and 3. He's going to pass. He throws over the middle. Lowe cannot hold the ball at midfield. He was down there, and the pass was thrown a little bit high. Wide to the right is Robinson. Norton is split to the left. Lowe and Lincoln are the setbacks. Here's the draw to Lincoln, trying to get outside, and they've got him over there, and they roll him out of bounds, I believe, short of a first down. McDowell and Tracy made the stop shy of the San Diego 34. First down and 10. 8:28 to play in the first quarter. The AFL championship game from War Memorial Stadium in Buffalo. San Diego 7, the Bills nothing. The Chargers break their huddle. Don Rogers, the center, drops over the ball. Again, that spread with a double wingback, double flankers to the left, and the split right end. Rote back to throw. They blitz him. He throws long, and it is almost intercepted by Stratton, who was out with Paul Lowe on the play. Stratton had a hand on the ball at the Buffalo 38, but couldn't hold it. It is 2nd and 10. Here is Rote calling the play. The Bills drop off a linebacker. Rote is back to pass, the swing pass, and boy, oh boy, the man was hit hard inside the 30. by Stratton, and he is hurt. It is Lincoln, and he was really hit by Mike Stratton just as the ball came into his arms, and he was really shaken up on the play. And, Ralph, you don't see any tackles harder than that.
The hardest tackle that I saw all year, Van, was one that Booker Edgerton put on here was on Cold Claw about 6 or 8 weeks ago. But this lad down here right now is really suffering. He was hit so hard that by Mike Stratton that he almost came out the other side. He's still on his back down there on the field. We're at War Memorial Stadium here in Buffalo. The score is San Diego 7, Buffalo nothing. The injured player is Keith Lincoln, and he is stunned. There's no question of it. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Chargers at their 34. Here we go. Rolling out a reverse. Norton, one man misses them, and now they get him for a loss inside the 30-yard line. McDowell made the tackle on the play. Tracy missed him, but McDowell got him on the split end reverse. Waiting for the snap from center on this punt. A good pass from center. The kick is high, a beauty. Waiting for it is Haygood Clark at the 30. Up to the 35, spun around, and then hit there and dropped at the 35-yard line. 7:21 to play in the first quarter. Don Rogers made the tackle. That was a 43-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Dubenion is flanked to the right. Double coverage on Dubenion. As Kemp calls the play, the linebackers have moved out of the picture. Let's see if he goes up the middle. Gilchrist trying to sweep left end. Gets away from one man and then is hit down at the 40-yard line. A flag goes down. Maybe grabbing the face mask. Great block by Bass. I thought maybe that Gilchrist might cut in. They're going to penalize San Diego 15 yards. Ernie Ladd grabbed the face mask. That moves the ball into Charger territory to the San Diego 46-yard line. A personal foul for grabbing the face mask on Ernie Ladd. 6'9", 295 pounds. Bass wide to the right, Dubenion flank to the left. He goes back to pass, looks downfield, knocked up into the air and incomplete. It was blocked out there by a lineman, Earl Faison, the left end. 5 men up on the line for the Chargers. Kemp back to throw. Good to Bass. And he is hit there and dropped inside the 30-yard line at about the 26. A 20-yard pass. A first down for the Bills. First down and 10 for Buffalo. The Buffalo backfield is Kemp, Carlton, Gilchrist, and Dubenion. Bass split left, Dubenion flank right. 6 men up on the line for the Chargers. Gilchrist moves over behind Kemp. He goes back to pass again. Looks, runs out to the right. Now throws. It is good to Warlick. And he is shoved out of bounds by number 89, Ron Carpenter, the linebacker, at the 11-yard line. A 15-yard pass and a first down for Buffalo. Kemp asked the crowd to quiet down. The back to divide. Gilchrist to the left and Carpenter to the right behind quarterback Kemp. Calls his play. Gives to Carlton over left tackle inside the 10 and down to about the 6-yard line. Good blocking out in front of him. Gross made the stop, the left tackle. Bass is split to the right. Let's see what Kemp will do. Will he roll out or give it straight ahead? He calls the play. On the same play, Carlton cuts in and is stopped at about the 4-yard line. Ladd and Gross made the tackle. Here is Kemp on that big third down play at the San Diego 5. Third and about 3.5. He gives to Carlton. No, fake. He passes. Touchdown. No! No good. They say Dubenion was out of the end zone. Dubenion was out of the end zone. It is not a touchdown. His feet did not come down. Inside the end zone with 4:21 remaining in the first period. The Bills trailing 7-0. LaMonica will hold at the 12-yard line, right in a little patch of sand out there on the only wet part of this field. where the tarps come together around the center of the field. Waiting for the snap on this field goal attempt from the 12. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Chargers lead 7-3 after Gogolak's 12-yard field goal, and we'll be back in 10 seconds on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
The pass was brilliantly executed and as brilliantly caught, but the feet were in the air, and you can't carry a ball that way into the out-of-bounds area and still have it count for points. So Buffalo has shaved the point lead to 4 now, trails by 3-7, and here's Pete Gogolak putting that ball on its tippy toes, and he's all ready to boot it. Here's Van Miller.
The deep men are Jim Warren and Leslie Duncan. Here's Gogolak approaching the ball. He kicks it off high and long. In the end zone, it is taken there and going to be run out by Duncan. 5, 10, 15, 20, outside, 25, 30. 2 men to beat. Midfield, down to the 40. One man gets him from behind. A great tackle by McGuire at the 35-yard line of the Bills. McGuire made a diving tackle. Ball low carry to the Bills' 32-yard line. Stopped by McDowell. 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Well, Duncan almost had it all on that kickoff return. 70 yards. He got to the outside, running to the right, and had just 2 men to beat until McGuire cut him down from behind. Out of the huddle come the San Diego Chargers, leading 7-3 late in the first quarter in that double-wing spread formation. Back to pass goes Tobin Rote. They rush him out of the pocket. He looks. He passes. Intercepted. Charlie Warner has the ball at the 28-yard line of the Bills. Shostak hit him, and the Bills take over on the interception by Charlie Warner. First down for the Bills at the Buffalo 28-yard line. The pass was intended for Robinson. Out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of San Diego. A beautiful block by Glenn Bass as Gilchrist ran outside right end. Bass, the split end, cut the corner man down on the play. Gross made the tackle outside the San Diego 40. The Bills got 32 yards on the play. Kemp rubbing his hands in this 47-degree weather to warm them up a little bit. Back to pass. Good protection. He fakes. He throws. And it is good to Dominion at the 14-yard line. Wait a minute. Warlick. It was Ernie Warlick. At the 14-yard line, a first down Buffalo. 27 yards. Bass to Warlick. That's Buffalo's 6th first down of the game. The Chargers have 4. The Bills trail 7-3. Kemp is now 3 of 7 for 62 yards. Gilchrist has gained 38 and 4 rushes. Carlton 15 and 3. First down Buffalo at the San Diego 14. And here we go. Bass splits out to the left. Trevenian is the flanker back to the right. They have a 4-man front with their defense stacked 3 deep. Here is Kemp calling the play. Gilchrist outside, cuts back in, fights down there to about the 11-yard line. Petrich, the right end, and Allen, the middle linebacker, made the tackle. They spotted at the San Diego 11. 2nd down. He rolls out to the right, gets a good block. He's going to run, and he is tackled beautifully at the 8-yard line by Faison. What a tackle by Faison. Right around the ankle. They had blocked out the left corner linebacker nicely on the play. It is 3rd down and 5 for the Bills at the San Diego 8. And you have to believe that Kemp will throw the ball in this situation on a 3rd down and 5 from the San Diego 8-yard line. The Bills out of the huddle. Trevenian flanks left. Bass is the split right end. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Are they going to get the play off? They are not. And that is the end of the first quarter. And we'll be back in 1 minute on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Has come to a close with the San Diego team, which scored in the first 4 plays of the game, leading by a score of 7-3. And as we look down there now, Buffalo is in scoring position. And here's Van Miller to call the play.
San Diego 8-yard line. The last time they had a third down inside the 10. Dubinion caught the ball but was over the sideline in the end zone, and they had to settle for 3. The Bills trailing 7-3, and here is the play with Kemp calling it. He goes back to pass, looks toward the end zone, fires there. It is almost intercepted. Dropped by a San Diego linebacker, number 55, Frank Buncombe. And again, the Bills field goal unit goes on the field, and Gogolak will try this one from around the 15-yard line. And so again, the Bills have been thwarted in their touchdown attempt. Now, the first time they passed to Dubinion, they had just one man on him. But that time, the cornerback and the linebacker were covering. Buncombe had gone over to help Westmoreland. This will be a 16-yard field goal attempt by Gogolak from the hash mark at the far side of the field with LaMonica holding. There's the fake. LaMonica's going to run. And he is hit at the 5-yard line. And he does not get it. And the Chargers take over. Diego leading 7-3. It was not an option pass or run. It was an obvious attempt to run right end. Their backfield is Rote, Lowe, Kinderman, I believe, and Robinson is the flanker. First down at the 6-yard line. Buffalo had driven after Warner's interception from about the 28 or 9. Here's that spread formation with Rote in the middle as the quarterback. At the 6-yard line, he gives off on an inside reverse to Kinderman, and they stack him up. Sestak leading the charge at about the 8-yard line. Pass at the 5, to Lowe to the 10, and he's tackled and knocked down at about the 16, and that'll be, I believe, enough for the first down. With 13:29 to play in the first half, and the clock activated once again. The Chargers leading 7-3. Keith Lincoln was injured when he was tackled on a swing pass play by Mike Stratton and has been replaced by Kinderman. Double wing, double flanker. And here is Rote back to pass. Over the middle, it is good to Kinderman at the 20, and he is hit down hard, but first by Tracy, and then McDowell was in to help finish him off. Tobin Rote on one knee in that huddle, playing his last game today. Sends the Chargers up to the line. Rogers, the center, drops over the ball. Again, that spread off the double wing and double flanker. Back to pass, goes Rote. The quick one is no good. It was intended for Paul Lowe at the 27-yard line. It was thrown behind him and out of bounds. Again, that double wing and spread formation. And here is Rote back to pass. Gets good protection. Throws over the middle. It is caught beautifully. No, wait a minute, no good. Robinson had it at the 39 but couldn't hold it. Warner was on his back. Robinson was facing away from us, and we thought he had the ball, but when he fell, he did not have it. And so the Chargers will have to punt on 4th and 5 from their 21-yard line. The Bills have Clark and Rutkowski upfield. Low pass from center. He scoops it up and gets it away. It is taken at the 45, fumbled by Rutkowski. I think the Bills have it. Clark rather fumbled it and fell on the ball at the 44-yard line of Buffalo, and the Bills have a 1st and 10. That was a 35-yard punt, and Hadel did a good job of scooping the ball up. He trapped it off the skin part of the infield. Here is Kemp. First down. Back to throw. Good to Dubinion at the 40. Tackled at the 37. Jim Warren stopped him at the Charger 37.5-yard line. We're 7-3, and we're in the second period here at War Memorial Stadium in Buffalo. We have 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go, and the fog is settling in. You can even feel some moisture from it as umbrellas are beginning to go up around the stadium. Now the signal is to start that clock once again, and that's the signal to start Van Miller. It's 1st and 10 for the Bills outside the Charger 37. Lincoln has come back out along the sideline. Here's Kemp on his first down play. Back to pass. The draw to Gilchrist outside, and he is hit and stopped at about the 33-yard line. That was an outside draw. Instead of running up the middle, he tried to get to the outside. He won the second quarter with 10:25 left. Dubinion is flanked to the left. Bass is the split right end. 5 men on the line for San Diego. Kemp gives to Carlton, tries the tackle, and is hit there beautifully on a driving tackle by Gross. Number 33, Graham, in there too. The gain of a couple of yards to the 29. It'll be third down and about 2 to go. Gilchrist and Carlton are in behind Kemp. Bass is split right. Dubenion is flanked left. And here's the call by Kemp. To Gilchrist, he drives in there, and I don't know whether he's got it or not. It'll be close. In there around the 22.5-yard line. He may be a little bit short. Are they going to measure? They're going to take the chain in and stretch it out. It's a first down. 9:28 to play in the first half. In just a moment, we'll give our stations around the network an opportunity to identify themselves. Here's the play, second down, Buffalo at the San Diego 27. Kemp the quarterback with Bass to the left and Dubenion to the right. He fakes the deep reverse to Dubenion at the 30, the 25, the 20, and down he goes at about the 19-yard line. Bud Whitehead hit him there. They ran that play to the closed side of the field. You would think that they would try to run that reverse to the open side of the field, but they didn't. They came back to the short side. An 8-yard gain. It's third down and 2 for Buffalo. Kemp rolls out. He passes. It is good to Gilchrist at the 5. And he's got a first down. What a play by Kemp. Buncombe made the tackle at the 4. Kemp threw the ball with Allen around his ankle. 15 yards at first and goal. Well, I'll tell you, Kemp did a job that time. And Gilchrist made the catch softly tough against that big front 4. Maybe it's just an illusion, but San Diego looks so much bigger in those white jerseys. Kemp, long count. Carlton fighting in for the touchdown. Off right tackle. And the Bills lead by a score of 9-7. And listen to this crowd. Monica will come in and hold for Pete Gogolak's extra point try at the 10-yard line. The Bills have gone out in front 9-7. San Diego led 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. The kick is up and good, and Buffalo leads 10-7. And we'll be back in 1 minute on the Buffalo Bills Football Network. Warren and Duncan are deep. Here's the kickoff. It is high, and again it goes into the end zone. 3 yards. Warren is going to run it out to the 10, the 15, and he is hit at about the 23, straight on. Haygood Clark was in there. Duncan carried the ball. Meredith belted him hard, and San Diego has a first down. It was Duncan who returned that kickoff to the 24-yard line of the Chargers. 26-yard return. Over the middle, almost intercepted at the 25. Sestak made a dive at the ball. Norton split to the left. Again, a pass play. Rote throwing. It is batted down by Bird at the 40-yard line. Intended for Norton. Bird made a great play. Third down and 10 for San Diego at the Charger 24. Butch Bird, the rookie from Boston University. The linebackers up to blitz. Good blocking. A pass out here, a flag on the play. It is incomplete. Intended for Robinson out on the right flat. But now let's see what the call is going to be. 39-yard line of the Bills. And Buffalo will take over there after that 37-yard punt. First and 10 for the Bills at the Buffalo 39-yard line. Jack Kemp, who again this afternoon has played brilliantly so far in this game, throwing under tackle to Gilchrist at the 4-yard line to set up the Bills' first touchdown of the afternoon. It's first down at the Bills' 39. Dubenion is flanked to the right, Bass to the left. The give is to Carlton, and he is hit after about a yard gain at the 40-yard line by George Gross. they are trying to run over Gross, the defensive left tackle. Carlton has run that same play now 4 times. That time it gained a little better than a yard. Bass is the split right end. Kemp calling his play for Buffalo. Goes back to pass. A 4-man pattern. He runs at the 40, 45, midfield, and dives in to the San Diego 47-yard line for a first down. Whitehead and Allen hit him. And I'll tell you, Mr. Kemp just put his head down and tore into him. That is 10 first downs for the Bills. 13-yard gain for Kemp. The ball in San Diego territory at the 47. Bass is split to the left. 4:47 left in the first half. The Bills lead 10-7. They have a first down and 10 at the San Diego 47. Here is Gilchrist finding a hole inside the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. What a job Gilchrist did on that run. Really ripped on that play. First and goal at the 8. DeBenion flanks to the right. Bass splits to the left. Kemp, with those sleeves rolled up above the elbows, calls the play, gives to Carlton a good hole inside the 5 and down to about the 2 or 3 on that off-tackle shot over Gross, the left defensive tackle. He gained about 5 on the play. Barber blocking beautifully in there. Allen made the stop, and here we go. Wide to the left is Bass. DeBenion is flanked to the right. The backs are to the weak side, and here is Kemp. Giving again to Carlton, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage there. He might have fallen forward for about a half a yard. A good tackle by Graham, the safety man. They've got him back at the 10-yard line. He slipped and fell just as he was ready to throw. And Carpenter, the linebacker who was blitzing, stopped the play at the San Diego 10. And the field goal unit is coming on. 2:50 to play in the first half. And so the Bills have had the ball now 4 times inside San Diego's 10-yard line. And the total points on the scoreboard, a field goal and a touchdown so far. And now Gogolak's going to try a 17-yarder from the hash marks across the field. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Bills lead 13-7. And the 15, the 20, the 25, and he is hit outside the 30 and spun around and dropped at about the 32 or 3 by McGuire. Dudley Meredith also helped out on that tackle. 28-yard return. Warren and Duncan have great speed, and they have displayed it here, running back those kickoffs this afternoon. First down, San Diego. The Bills lead 13-7 as we approach the 2-minute mark in the second period. Here's Roth, the quarterback. Back to pass. Gets good protection. Fakes once, now throws. Intercepted beautifully by Stratton. He laterals the ball to Bird at the 35, and he retreats to the 30, and then comes upfield to the 35, the 40, the 40. At the 45, a flag on the play, midfield, and down he goes. Sykes with a block. There's a flag on the play at the 42-yard line of Buffalo. I think they are going to allow the interception and probably call a penalty for clipping on the attempted return. That's the preliminary indication now, although we'll just wait. They're going to give San Diego the ball. Wait a minute. At the 42-yard line of the Bills, the official pointed San Diego downfield. There's a discussion out there at the 43-yard line. It is a first down, San Diego. Apparently, pass interference was the call. It would have to be pass interference. Pass interference is the call. All right. He threw the flag late, or we didn't see it. But it has to be pass interference. A first down, Chargers at the Bills' 43-yard line. They have the double flankers in a spread. Roth back to throw. Short. It is caught inside the 40 at the 37-yard line by Kinderman, who was tackled by Jacobs, the middle linebacker, and the Chargers are asking for a timeout. And we'll turn it back to Ralph Hubble.
Well, that was the strangest one I've seen in a long time, Van. There didn't seem to be any immediate call of the interference penalty, but of course there was so much scrambling was going on that nobody was looking for flags at that time. But when we did, there it was. And so Buffalo had a good break, what looked to be a good break.
They have Robinson wide to the right, Norton split to the left. Rote, the quarterback, pitches out to the halfback low at the 35 and inside the 30 on a good run. Tackled by McDowell and Day. Now, was there a flag drop there? No. They spot the ball at the 28-yard line of the San Diego Chargers, and again the Chargers call timeout to stop the clock. Now they move it back to the 29. It's in Buffalo territory. Outside the 28, between the 28 and 9, a first down for San Diego at that point. And again, Ralph, they have called timeout to stop the clock.
A desperate charge to get into that scoring column again before the end of the second quarter. 1:27 to go, and here's Van.
The ball at the Bills' 28.5-yard line, a first down for the Chargers. They have used up all but one of their timeouts now. They have one more coming to them in this first half. Norton is split to the left. And again, they have the spread formation as Rote, against the three-man rush, goes back to pass. Long. Almost intercepted by Warner at the 5. He had the ball all alone at the 5-yard line and could have done the Bills some good there. 1:21 to play in the first half, and Warner, in his anxiety to run with the ball, did not have possession of it at the 5. The Bills had Robinson covered well on the play, the split end. And so it is second down and 10 for San Diego at the Buffalo 29-yard line. For some reason, they moved it upfield about a foot after that incomplete pass. All right, here come the Chargers. Off the spread again. It's Rote. Three-man line for the Bills. He looks, he throws. It is good to Norton, and he is down. He gets up to run again, but the play had been blown dead at about the 16-yard line. The clock is running now. San Diego will not huddle on this play with 1:06 remaining. Here is Rote. The quick pass. Intercepted by the Bills. Stratton has the ball at the 18-yard line, and the Bills take over. Rote, instead of throwing over the sideline, threw the ball to his receiver, and Stratton picked it off. It was intended for Norton. The Bills have it, and the clock is running with less than a minute remaining in the first half. It is first down Buffalo at the Buffalo 18-yard line. The Bills huddling back at the 10. The clock ticking off the seconds. That's the third interception. Of course, one was nullified. So give him two officially. Jubenian wide to the left against double coverage. 33 seconds left. Here is Kemp. Giving to Gilchrist outside. Finds a bit of a hole and then is spun around and dropped at the 24-yard line of the Bills. 21 seconds, 20. The Bills are going to be content not to try anything here that would lose them the ball. And I believe they are going to let the clock run timeout in the first half. 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5. The Bills leading 13-7. San Diego led 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. There's the gun, ending the half with Buffalo leading San Diego 13-7. The Chargers scored 7 in the first period, nothing in the second. The Bills a field goal in the first by Gogolak and 10 points in the second. And that's the half of it. And Ralph Hubble will be back with our intermission show after this 1-minute pause on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
And you can see a lot of yellow flickers around here today. It sort of sparkled throughout the stadium.
The lights have been on since the start of the game at War Memorial Stadium. Jubenian is flanked to the left, and Bass is the split right end. Kemp is the quarterback. Carlton and Gilchrist are the running backs. And here is the call by Kemp. He calls on Gilchrist, and he dives through the pile and squirts forward for a couple of yards. He picked up about 2 on the play, and then he was stopped by George Gross, the left tackle. Spot the ball up around the Bills' 37-yard line. It'll be second down and about 8 to go. Passes. It is no good to Bass. He trapped the ball at the 46-yard line, made a good move to get around Allen, the linebacker, but he had picked the ball off the ground. It's a close ball game in the third quarter with 11 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Second down and 10 for San Diego at the Charger 43-yard line. The Bills are leading 13-7 in the game that will decide the American Football League champion. Again, the spread, Rote all alone. Back to pass. The quick one is, Tracy almost had it picked off at the San Diego 45, and Tracy would have gone for the TD. It was again intended for Robinson, and Kazuric was over there with him. Oh, that was close. Tracy, the left linebacker, had broken through and got his fingertips on the ball, and they've got him short of the first down, up around the 48 or 9-yard line. Bird slowed him down, and Day made the tackle on him. And now San Diego will send John Hadel in to punt on fourth down and about 4. It is high and short. It bounces inside the 20, rolls inside the 15, and is going to be surrounded and down just at the 10-yard line of San Diego, or of Buffalo. A 41-yard punt, rolling dead at the 10-yard line. 10 minutes and 13 seconds to go. The rain is still lazing down. It's a cold, misty rain. First down, Buffalo at the 10-yard line. Kemp, the quarterback, sends Bass to the left, Dubenion to the right. They'll be looking for Gilchrist and Carlton now, the setbacks. The give is to Carlton, and he hits a stone wall but manages to get out to the 14-yard line. Again on that crossfire play from left to right. He picked up 4 on the play. Allen, the middle linebacker, made the stop. It is second down and now sets team along the line, and 2nd and 6 at the Bills' 14. It is Gilchrist, and he looks for a hole, but it does not open. Ernie Ladd smothered him along with Bob Petrich right at the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard to the 15 on the play as he ran outside left tackle. It is third down and 5. Tackled by Chuck Allen. The deep diagonal to Albert Dubenion. First down for the Bills. 20 yards on the play. Closer to 21. Calls his play, waits for the snap, has it. Here's Carlton again, fighting for yardage, and Ladd rode him down from behind after about a 2-yard pickup somewhere in the neighborhood of the 38-yard line. It will be a second down play for the Bills, and they'll need about 7 yards for the first down. 7 to 7.5 yards. Make it 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the Bills' 38-yard line. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. The Bills 13, the Chargers 7. Now he waits for the snap of the ball, goes back to pass, looks downfield, throws a good catch at the 45 by Gilchrist. He tries to get up and run, but is ridden down by Allen, the middle linebacker, and Carpenter. Set it down, and they decide it is not a first down. It will be third down. 6:57 remaining in the third quarter. Buffalo leading 13 to 7. Running backs Carlton and Gilchrist, who are set in a divide. The tackles Gross and Ladd are right in there tight. Will Kemp go straight ahead? Let's see if he does. He gives instead to Gilchrist off the pile for the first down. What a play he made. And they shove him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Bass to the left, Dubenion flank to the right. Kemp calls the play, takes the snap, goes back to pass. Dubenion at the 40, down he goes in San Diego territory. The San Diego 39, first down. Up the middle goes Carlton, and a flag is going down on the play. He gained a couple of yards to about the 38-yard line. Now, wait a minute. Let's see what the call is here. The official is pointing at the Bills, so we must assume that this penalty will be assessed against Buffalo. Gross made the tackle with Ernie Ladd, and it may be a major penalty because the Buffalo offensive unit, except for the captain, has retreated back into Buffalo territory. And they're going to march off a 15-yarder against the Bills. And that takes the ball back into Buffalo territory to the 46-yard line. Offensive holding is the call. So they will run the first down play over again. And the Bills will need 25 yards now. Kemp ready to direct the ball club. Has Dubenion flanked to the left. The cornerback comes up. Kemp goes back to throw. They've got him from behind. Petrich at the 35 blindsided him and dumped him for the loss. Bob Petrich from the 35-yard line of Buffalo. They lost 15 on the penalty, 11 on the blitz. Here is Kemp looking to throw again. Runs out to the right. Now throws. It is fumbled there. Incomplete. The ball at the 49-yard line of San Diego was intended for Dubenion, but he couldn't hold on to it. And the Bills now have a third down and 36. The swing pass to Gilchrist is no good at the 37-yard line. And the Bills will have to punt on fourth down and 36 from their own 35, 20-yard line. We'll see if Lowe or Lincoln come back into the ball game here. Here's the punt. It bounces at the 30 and is picked up there and returned by Robinson. They miss him at the 40, 45 midfield. One man to beat. And they've got him there in Buffalo territory at the 47-yard line. McGuire again made the tackle. And the Chargers, on a good play by Robinson, a dangerous play, nonetheless have a first down in Buffalo territory. Sends Robinson to the right, pitches out to Lowe, and they stuck him up there and drop him close to the line of scrimmage. Tracy and McDowell were there to hit Paul Lowe as he took the pitch out and ran to the right sideline, trying to get around the corner. A yard gain on the play, second down and 9 for the Chargers at the Bills' 41-yard line. 3 minutes and 56 seconds left. 4 times in the first half, the Bills were inside San Diego's 10. They scored 3 of those times, a touchdown and 2 field goals. A fake field goal on a fourth down play misfired. Throat goes back to pass, runs out to the right, fakes, throws, knocked into the air, intercepted and dropped. Knocked into the air by Tracy, and Day almost had it picked off. Well, that was another near interception by the Bills. Earlier, Tracy almost had one. John Hadel is coming in for San Diego. Hadel is coming into the backfield, and Road is going out. Looks downfield, throws. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. At the 20-yard line by Bird, and the Bills have the ball. George Bird caught the ball at the far side of the field. Just got it before it went over the sideline, and the Bills take over at the 21-yard line. The Buffalo 21. 3:22 to play in the third quarter. Into the huddle now with Gilchrist, Carlton, and Dubenion, his backfield. Bass and Warlick the ends, Barber and Hudson the tackles, Shaw and B. Miller the guards, Kudzik the center. First down Buffalo at the Bills' 21. Wide to the left, Dubenion. To the right, Bass. The backs to the weak side. And it is Gilchrist finding a hole, ripping out to about the 30-yard line. And how that cookie is running today, I'll tell you.
After a doggedly fought and scoreless third period, the Bills strike again early in the fourth. Kemp hits Glenn Bass on a look-in, and the speedy end streaks to the 1, setting up an easy TD by Kemp. Paul McGuire puts the icing on the championship cake with this gorgeous 64-yard punt to the Chargers 2 near game's end.
The scoreboard shows us 56 seconds remaining, and Buffalo with a 20-7 lead. It'll be a long trip home for San Diego after this game today, just as it was probably as short a trip as we ever took when we came from Boston last Sunday night. Funny how victory makes a trip lose its miles almost immediately. Yes, the crowd is really gathering right now.
from all sections of the area. We see their signs. I notice Oakfield is represented down there. And the players themselves are standing in front of the bench. The lone person to be sitting down is Jack Kemp, who is sitting on the bench down to the right of our broadcasting equipment. And the fellows are coming around, ladies are coming around, shaking his hand. Jack must be a happy man. There was one period there about 3 weeks ago when he was very unhappy and lost his starting quarterbacking job to Darryl LaMonica. Here's Hadel up on his feet. He wouldn't use the stretcher, and listen to that crowd. He's not only up on his feet, but he's going to stay in the game. Tried to get that ball out there on a run out, but he was knocked down, although he did manage to get it out for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10, and the ball is on the 15-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. And now the man who has called them all for 5 years is ready to step back in and call off the championship second for the Buffalo Bills, Van Miller.
Thank you, Ralph. 56 of those seconds remain, and it is 20-7 Buffalo. Tobin Rote has replaced John Hadel at quarterback. Well, the Bills have waited a long time for this victory, and it is just 56 seconds away. Spread formation, double wings, double flankers. Rote to pass. They rush him. Stratton hits him, but the pass is good to Kinderman. 15, 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet and down to the 37-yard line. 45 seconds left, and San Diego stops the clock. A 22-yard pass. Day making the tackle from behind. San Diego 37-yard line. Paul McGuire is going into the game, and Day is coming out. We'll talk with Thurlow McCready on the post-game show, and Bob Gallagher, the voice of the Patriots. Tobin Rote, playing the final seconds of his career, is back to pass. Off the spread, over the middle, no good. Intended for McKinnon. At midfield, it is incomplete. McGuire and Jacobs were there with it. 41 seconds to play. Dick Reifenberg will have a rundown of today's championship game on today's 6:15 Sports on WBEN, and of course we'll be on with a post-game show over many of our network stations following the broadcast. 41 seconds left. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at the San Diego 37-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Tobin Rote. Wait for the snap from center. Goes back to pass. 3-man rush. A little swing pass is good to McKinnon. And Knights wraps him up at the 44-yard line. Helped out on the tackle by McGuire. 33 seconds to play. And again they stop the clock. We would like to thank our spotters, Tony Vacanti, Dr. Ed Gusevich, Jim Georgeson, Herman Brunati, Dr. Bob Werner for their splendid assistance on the broadcast this afternoon. And Messrs. Vacanti, Georgeson, Gusevich, and Brunati for their splendid help all season long. We couldn't have done it without them. 33 seconds left. Tobin Rote with a 3rd down and 3 from the 44-yard line is back to pass. Sestak has him at the 30-yard line. The clock is running now, and they cannot stop it. Wait a minute. Yes, they do. The goalpost in the east end zone is tottering now, and down it comes. And there is a surge. The crowd is out on the field, and they're going to have to suspend play, Ralph, with 26 seconds remaining. A mob at each goalpost. Well, Ralph, we'll turn it back to you.
Yes, 26 seconds of the year is left. And these fans have gone absolutely crazy. 21 seconds, 20 seconds. Play is in on the field, and the fans are all over the field. They better look out. Go ahead, Van.
Here's the Charger huddle. Now there's the line of scrimmage. Back to pass goes Rote. The little swing pass is good. 30, 35, 40.
45, midfield, 3 seconds, 2, 1. The Bills are champions. The Bills are champions. They beat the Chargers 20-7 with 3 points in the first quarter, 10 in the second, none in the third, and the final 7 in the fourth. San Diego scored only in the first quarter, and we'll be back in 1 minute on
out in the Razor from Duke. The guy they thought was washed up. He came back this year and played like an All-American. Ray, they thought you over. She came back. What a ball game. He had a touchdown today. It was tremendous.
Thank you very much, Ray.
This has got to be one of the biggest thrills of your life.
Sure is. I had a feeling we were going to beat them. We should have beat them worse than we did, but it was a tough ball game. It was hard to run out there because of the weather conditions. But it was a good, hard-hitting ball game. And we're just thankful to win.
Ray, you going to play next year for us?
I sure am.
What a season, Razor. What a season.
Thank you.
Mike Stratton. Mike Stratton, the All-League linebacker from Tennessee. Mike, a great ball game today. The most finest hour you've ever had.
Thank you very much, Ray. Thank you. It was a tremendous ball game.
What happened when you hit Lincoln?
Happy I am.
What happened when you hit Lincoln there?
I don't really know. I just stay around and find out. I don't know what happened. I just wanted to win that ball game so bad I couldn't say. I didn't care what happened. As long as we won. As long as we
do anything different on defense?
Pardon?
We do anything different on defense? We do anything different on defense?
We did just about the same. Always did a little bit better today, it seems like.
Harvey Johnson, the director of player personnel. Harvey Johnson, the guy who put this team together with his fine drafts and trades. Harvey, what a ball club.
Well, it was a wonderful game for us. I'm so happy for the boys. They played like champions, guys.
Thank you very much, Harvey. Tom Sestak, our all-world tackle. Tom, you played against Sweeney. He didn't do a thing. He had a great ball game today, Tom.
Thank you very much, Barry. Sweeney's a much improved ball player. He's done a tremendous job today. They're a well-coached ball club. They got fine personnel. It was
Tom, is this the greatest thrill you ever had?
Yes, sir, it sure is. I tell you, it's something else. It's something once in a lifetime, you know. And it's really great. Beautiful thrill.
Our defense do anything different today, Seth?
No, we didn't do anything. We just kept doing the same thing we did all year. We just got a little confused out there at first. But we settled down and started playing ball, and we really rocked.
Tom, a great season. You can't add any much more to this. All world, all pro, and now everything else.
Thank you very much, man.
Done a great job. Thanks a lot. The job that he did, so we want to give the assistants the game ball for soon. All right.
Captain of the defense, the middle linebacker. Harry, what a job you did today.
Thank you, Barry. It was wonderful to be the world champions, baby.
Harry, we do anything different defensively against them?
All we did was play a solid defense like we did all year.
We didn't do as much blitzing as we've done in the past games, did we?
Didn't need to.
When you got guys like Mike Stratton and John Tracy doing the job you don't have.
Well, I guess not. And all the rest of the guys out there did a fine job today.
John Tracy. John Tracy, the All-American Texas A&M. You said at the beginning of the year, the first time we came in here, no one's going to touch us.
That was another team effort, Barry. That's what I've been saying all year. As long as we keep the team effort going, nobody's going to beat us. We're all a bunch of individual players. We just get together, play as a team, and hell, you can't beat team spirit.
Our defense was tremendous today. We could have had 9-10 interceptions if the guys could hold on to the ball.
Well, that's where we had no hands. You know, same old thing. Got steel boards for hands, Barry.
A great job. What about next year, Johnny? Going to play next year for us?
Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. I want more of that championship money.
Have a great winter. Billy Shaw, the captain of the Buffalo Bills. Billy, we've spoken so many times during the course of the year. He said this is a ball club that could go all the way. He said we take things in a proper perspective. We're going to go all the way. Billy, you're a prophet.
Thank you very much, Barry. Of course, a lot of things entered into our championship. Of course, the great teamwork that we had and the closeness
togetherness that was created by our coaching staff, and I think that went a long way for our championship. What about the team itself, though? You played together as a unit. B. Miller, Shaw, Barber, Sestak, Kudzik. All the guys played together as a unit. Was this the key to it? I think so, Barry. We have no stars on this team. Everyone is equal, and I think this is the reason. And what about Billy Shaw? What can you do more for a thrill, Billy? All pro, all world, and now the captain of the world champions. This is the greatest thrill for me in my life. It certainly is. It really is. Bill, thanks very much. Walt Kudzik! Hey, the offensive center. Walt, you played last year. 51-10 you lost while you were playing for Bar. We got even with them this year. We got even. Yeah, it was a hell of a ball club. Everyone was playing hard. I just wanted to see our offensive line. Hell of a bunch of guys that work with. They all work hard, work together, and we try to give our Carter the protection that he needed today. Fine, thanks very much. Jerry Smith, the coach of the offensive line. Joe, you coached the defense last year. This year you coached the offense. Last week you pitched a no-hitter. You had a perfect game. No one touched their quarterback. This week, Faison, Lyon, all the big studs, we kept them out. But you can give all the credit to that offensive line. They're great. That's all. They're just great. They really did a job. You can't single anybody out because they were a unit. That's right. That's the way we've been playing, and that's the way I know we'll continue to play next year. We do anything different on our offensive assignments? No, we just ran a lot of our standard stuff against their different defensive sets. Okay, thanks very much. Ronnie McDowell, the Cornhusker from Nebraska. Ronnie, you came to camp at the beginning of the year. No one thought you had a chance. You turned out to be one of the best defensive players in the league. Ronnie, my hat is off to you. Well, thank you, but it's been a great year for me and everybody. And today we proved that we were champions. How was it playing against Ron Mix? It's always tough. No matter, all 3 times I played against him here, he's a fine football player. But a great team victory, Ronnie. Oh, great. Georgie Flint, our swing guard for the last 4 years. Everyone comes and tries to take away his job. No one can do it because George is a fine ball player. George, what a ball game. Thank you, Barry. It was a terrific ball game. Those guys really dished out a beating, though. I swear I'm going to have to rest for a week as soon as I sober up. If you come back next year in July, we're going to go up to another world championship. I'll tell you, I'm going to start lifting weights Monday. Lifting weights and training. L.B. Miller! L.B. Miller! Big B smoking on the cigar that Pat McGroder gave him. B said last week that was this the biggest thrill as you had when you were playing for Syracuse? He said no, because now you're getting paid for it. What can you do now? We're the champions of the world, B. All we can do now, Barry, is just keep playing football and win it again next year, because that money is awful nice. It was a great team effort. How was the switch to guard this year? Well, it was sort of rough. It's a lot different from center, but I hope I did a good job for him. Thanks very much. One of the real gentlemen in sports. One of the finest defensive ends in professional football. One of the captains of the San Diego Chargers, Earl Faison. Earl, the boys played a great ball game. He had a tough break when Keith Lincoln got hurt, and then when Lance Alworth got hurt. Well, that was just some of the breaks of the game, you might say. Buffalo played a hell of a game, and they deserved to win it. Thanks very much, Sean. Have a nice winter. Dick Hudson, this must be sweet revenge. The San Diego Chargers let you go on a trade. Now you came back to hunt him. You had a great ball game today, Dick. Thank you very much, Barry. This is the greatest thing that ever happened. Paul McGuire, the second leading punter in the league, the real third man behind the Buffalo Bills. Paul, we didn't speak to you much last week. This week, though, what a revenge. You said he can beat him. You said they couldn't match us. You were right. The things that they were in the paper, I didn't say, but I knew we could beat them, and we did. I got the greatest football team, as I've been saying all year long, that I've ever seen in my life, and they proved it today. Even the San Diego Chargers told me the same thing on the field. They said, you guys really deserve this ball game because we fought for it. And they played fine football. They did. They really did. They never let down, and neither did the Chargers, but it was just, we just out-hit them. We out everything. Is this the biggest thrill in playing with the Chargers when you won, Paul? This is what I've been looking for. This, to me, just made my whole year. Anything can happen now. I could care less. 2 championship checks in 1 year. That helps. It's really the 3rd one next year, Paul. I hope so. You look good, man. We got Larry Fells in the fine sports columnist of the Buff Evening News. Larry, you said at the beginning of the year, if the Bills don't get hurt and play as the team, they can go all the way. Larry, you're a prophet. Well, I'm very happy about that. They deserve to win. They outplayed these people all the way. They probably should have won by a bigger score. A great team effort, Larry? Oh, it sure was, yeah. Thanks very much, Larry. Eddie Abramowski. The trainer of the Buffalo Bills. Last week, Billy Bates popped off his mouth to train the Patriots, said that they're going to beat us by 2 touchdowns. You said we're going to beat them by 2. You told me confidently before the week, said, Barry, we're going to beat these guys by at least 10 points. But you were right.
We were lucky, Barry. We went after him. We spot him a touchdown, and we went after him, just like I knew we would.
The mark of the great ball club.
Right, we held them when we had to.
A bigger thrill than you were the trainer of Kentucky and of the Detroit Lions?
Yes, sir. This is the best. We never won it when I was with Detroit. We won the division, but never we did win the division. I take it back. We did win the thing, but we lost to the All-Stars. Took a little edge off it.
And we really did the job today. They came back from behind.
Yes, they did. Like I said, Barry, they come and spot him a touchdown and went after him.
And we certainly came back from Ernie Woollett, the tight end of the Buffalo Bills, a big horse. Ernie had some real big catches today.
Great. A wonderful feeling. Do you realize that this is the first championship team I've ever been on?
In all your years?
Professionally.
A great game today and a great season. Ernie, you played like a kid today.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we winners. Can't believe it.
What about next year? You're going to play for us again next year?
Definitely.
The old guy goes on.
I asked him favorite if he was going to retire me next year. He says, not unless I wanted to. I guess I'll be around.
Fine, thanks. Johnny Mazer, the offensive coach, the former great of Notre Dame. Johnny, you were quarterback in the 1949 team that finished. It was undefeated. Was that a bigger thrill as this one is today?
Well, I was younger then, and I didn't know the value of the dollar as much as I know now, and I didn't have a family, Barry. So I think this one is a little bigger thrill because it means a few more dollars in the bank account.
Johnny, did we do anything different offensively?
No, there are a few weaknesses we thought we could take advantage of, and we were proven right that we could take advantage of them, and the kids played a heck of a ball game.
It's a great team effort, John.
Beautiful team effort. All year long, Barry, all year long.
And you couldn't single out any one guy because it was a team effort.
No, I wouldn't try to single out anybody. It was just a great year for a great bunch of football players.
Okay, thanks very much. David Roeder, the man who brought pro football to Buffalo, New York, Pat, all those years when you head of the Chamber of Commerce and the politics. We finally brought it here. Now we got a winner.
We got the champion. That's the main thing, Barry. The champion.
We got it. Thanks very much. Dick Gallagher, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills. This is professional football. Dick, you were with the Cleveland Browns, with college teams. Anything like this?
Nothing like this. See, we waited 5 years for this, and boy, I'm telling you, these guys deserve a lot of credit. They really hung in there.
For the greatest show of professional football.
You know what this was today? This was a world championship.
And we certainly did it. Tippy Day. Tippy Day. All year long, Tippy, you played a great job with the defense. What a ball game, Tippy.
I'm telling you, with a hot one, I got the strawberry to prove it.
You played against Bernie White today. You really handled him.
Right. I got Bernie White pretty well set now, but he's still tough. He's still one of the best in the league.
What a great ball game.
Terrific. How you doing, Barry?
Okay, Tippy.
Joe Monica. Joe Monica.
Darryl Monica, the greatest release quarterback in professional football, the second-year man from Notre Dame. Darryl, you came off the bench so many times this year and did a job for us. The last 2 ball games, you didn't play at all. Jack went all the way. I know you were on the sidelines helping him out with his calls.
Well, I was ready just in case, but very fortunate. Jack had a real 2 terrific games. We came out on top, but this has been a winning combination all year long. If Jack was cold, I could come in, and I hope that I was hot. If I was cold, it was vice versa, and it was a great season all the way.
What happened with that fake field goal?
I audibilized, and no one heard my audibilize. It was my automatic number 7, and no one heard it, and I didn't have any receivers, so I was kind of out there all by myself.
A great season, Darryl.
Thank you, Barry.
Stu Barber. Stu Barber. Stu Barber, the all-league tackle from Penn State. Stu, you were an All-American at Penn State and All-Pro now. What a thrill, Stu.
Greatest thrill of my life.
You really handled him today, Stu.
Well, we all did a good job, I think, proven by the score, and I think that this team really deserves a lot of credit. They stuck together through the whole year. It's thick and thin, and I think this was the difference. It's a real team ball club.
Did you do anything different tonight personally?
No, we just all played the hardest football we could, and that eventually was good enough to win.
You said before the ball game that we need 110% effort in order to win the ball game. That's what we got.
I think so, Barry, definitely.
Okay, thanks. Chuck Burr, the assistant general manager of the club, the director of publicity. Chuck, what a thrill.
Oh, this is much. Well, I thought last week I'd never seen another thrill like it, but this tops it. We're the champs all the way, and this is a great ball club, Barry. Great.
This is a great. We're so proud of them. Guys like Glenn Bass, playing ball for us, catching passes, Dubinian. What a team effort. Dudley Meredith. Come here, big fella. What a game.
Oh, man, it's lovely to be a champ, I tell you.
You started off with Houston and you ended up here. You ever think that could happen?
Never thought it'd be possible.
Pretty sweet, isn't it?
It's the most wonderful feeling I've ever had in my life, baby.
Okay, Dudley.
Mighty fine to be.
Okay. Glenn Bass, the fine sport end. Glenn, what a day today. What a day.
Oh, thank you very much.
Glenn, you almost went all the way in that touchdown. You missed by about an inch.
No, I think I got it. Looks like I got it, huh?
We'll give it to you then, Glenn. A fine ball game.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Bob Lustig. Mr. Bob Lustig, one of the men on the board of directors for Ralph Wilson, one of his business assistants. What a ball game, Bob.
Well, the game is right. That's 2 in a row that we won so convincingly. The 2 that we won, Boston and this one, no doubt about it.
No team in pro football can touch us.
No doubt about it.
Now one of the greatest quarterbacks in pro football, a fine gentleman, George Radiman. George, you're back in Buffalo, this time with a winner.
It's time to return the shoes I borrowed from the Bills today here. That must have been good luck for the Bills.
A great ball game, wasn't it, George?
Tremendous ball game. 2 good football teams out there today.
George, you played in both leagues. How does this league compare to the others, the way we played?
The Bills and the Chargers can play in the National League as well as anybody.
Okay, George, thanks very much. Eddie Rutkowski, the Golden Domer from Notre Dame. Whoa, what a ball game, Eddie.
Oh, a heck of a ball game. Oh, this is the greatest one we've ever had. The greatest one I've ever had. I'm telling you, this is great. That's all I can say.
A great bunch of guys.
Thank you, Will.
Willie Ross, Cookie Gilchrist understudy from Nebraska. Last week you said we were going to come back. We're going to take him. We did it, Willie.
Really, we did. Well, it feels real good, I tell you. It was a tight game, but we stuck in and everybody was blocking real well, and Cookie was running real well, and we didn't have too much trouble after him.
Thanks very much. Gene Sykes, the former Tiger from LSU. Gene, you started the season on the taxi squad. You came in to play the last 9 ball games. You did a great job as a tight end safety.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Good opportunity to play with a bunch of guys like this and win the championship. Everyone here in Buffalo has been waiting a long time for it. It means a lot to us, too.
You ever have a throw like this when you're playing for LSU?
I don't think quite like this, no.
Nothing could top it?
No, nothing.
Thanks very much, you know. We're trying to get for you Commissioner Joe Foss, the Commissioner of the American Football League. He's making his way over. Commissioner Joe Foss, 5 years ago we started the American Football League, and look where we are now. We can play anybody.
Well, the way they looked out there today, they were ready. It was a good, hard-fought game all the way and a clean game.
A great ball game. It shows the overall balance of our league.
Well, that's the thing that we've been very fortunate with all since we started, is to have balance in the league, and we've shown up every year with different faces in the championship game, which is a good indication of it.
It must be quite a thrill for Joe Foss, the Commissioner of the American Football League, to walk around here and see 40,000 screaming fans. No more to get in. We could have sold 100,000 more tickets.
Well, it's a good thing. It speaks well of the fans in the Buffalo area, that's for certain.
Commissioner Foss, you've done an excellent job, and thanks very much for this interview.
Thank you.
The greatest owner in professional football, Mr. Ralph C. Wilson, Jr. of Detroit. Mr. Wilson, a great moment for you.
Yes, it is. It's a great moment for Lou and the assistant coaches, and particularly the team, everybody, and the fans of Buffalo. I'm very happy. It's a Happy New Year for everybody.
5 years ago, you bought the Buffalo Bills, and it was real frustrating the first 3 years, and now you stuck with the team. Now the city got behind the Bills and stuck with them. Mr. Wilson, my hat is off to you sincerely for the amount of devotion you put into the city of Buffalo and renewing this fine football city.
Well, thank you very much. You know, we always figured it was going to be about a 5-year build-up. Of course, the team came along a little faster this year than anybody expected, and we certainly had 2 great football teams playing for the championship today, and I'm very happy the Bills came out on top.
Mr. Wilson, I'm proud to be associated with the organization. It's class all the way from the top to the bottom. Mr. Wilson, once again, thanks very much. The finest owner of professional football, Mr. Ralph C. Wilson, Jr.
Well, I don't know about that finest owner, but thanks for your kind comment.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, thank you. Tommy Saban, the son of Lou Saban, the Buffalo Bills head coach. Tommy, this must be quite a thrill for you. You know, your dad had it tough the first couple of years. I know you and your mother, Lorraine, and the rest of the family stuck by him, and now we got a championship. You said before the ball game you wanted a Christmas present from your dad at the World Championship. We've got it now, Tommy.
Yeah, he's going to be real happy. So is the rest of the family. Everybody's happy now, and this will be a happy New Year. Everybody will be.
It must be tremendous, Tommy.
Yeah. When we get home, my mother will probably be dancing around the whole house.
I don't blame her at all. I don't blame her. Charlie Young, the sports said or two of the Buffalo Eagles. Charlie, you said last week this was the greatest football school we've ever had in Buffalo. We want one better, Charlie.
Well, I said it last week. It's certainly true now. More than ever.
They did a real great job.
It was a real fun. I tell you, for the first 2 minutes, I had been scared a little bit.
You certainly did. Thanks very much.
That's fine.
John Kirkstone, Van Miller, the voice of the Buffalo Bills. Van, 5 years, we finally got it.
Great win, wasn't it, Barry? Wonderful. And I know how close you've been to this team, and you're a real part of it, and we rejoice with you in this wonderful victory.
A great victory.
All the players and coaches and Mr. Wilson. Say hello to my friends up there.
We'll do that, Van. Thanks very much.
How are you?
Kelly Warner from Prairie View A&M, the boy who came in this year from the Kansas City Chiefs, and he came in. He did a great job filling at the corner spot.
Yeah, great, Warner. Just glad I could be a part of this wonderful machine that Buffalo Bill have, and looking forward to coming back next year and try to do a good job.
You did a great job, Charlie.
Thank you.
Malin Kent, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills taxi squad, someone you know a great deal about. You played down in the Southeastern Conference for Auburn. Anything to thrill like this, Malin?
No, it's about equivalent to beating Alabama, I believe. It's a real great thrill.
You were on the phones all day today talking to Johnny Mays. What were you talking about, Malin?
Well, we were just figuring out what plays would do best, and then what he wants the quarterback to do, and then he talks to him and back and forth.
Did you do anything different, Malin?
Nothing different. We just stuck with the game plan, and it worked.
Best of luck next year, Malin.
Thank you, Barry.
George Sames, our great free safety, our all-pro free safety. George, you could have had a dozen interceptions today. Wasn't so muddy.
Yeah, you weren't throwing my way, Barry. I just, the guy, like I said before, it's a unit. Just pick up the slack when someone else isn't having it. Defense, offense, everyone did a hell of a job.
During the course of the week, you were confident that we would beat them.
I was. I'm not excited as I was after the Wonka game. I just thought we had it.
You went out and did a job today, George.
We did the job.
A great job you did.
They played good ball, too.
Jerry, once again, we got it grabbed you. What a thrill.
Oh, it really is, man. Really is.
I see you've got the game ball, Jerry. You deserve it. All year long, you worked for it. We finally got it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to have it. You gave it to all the assistants. Every one of them. Got one.
What a job, Jerry.
Thank you.
Jack Kemp, what a ball game today. All during the course of the year, we said that you could do it. We talked about our editorial, to our WDOE listeners. I had the faith in you, and a more important coach, Ruth Saban, did. We knew you could do it along, which is probably the most important thing. You certainly did today.
Thank you, Barry, very much. Appreciate your help and your confidence, and it means a lot to me.
Jack, we do anything different today?
No, we just we ran more, basically because they used a lot of zone defense, and of course it's into more of a running game and control the football, and that's the big thing.
That one pass to Cookie when you were trapped behind the line of scrimmage or set up a field goal, was that an audible or just a gamble?
No, that was a rollout with an option, and I thought about running it, but then I thought I wouldn't make it, so I saw Cookie standing there and flipped it over, and the big horse got in.
You finally beat the San Diego Chargers going all the way.
Yeah, give me time.
Jack, you going to stay in Buffalo during the offseason?
Well, Coach Saban wants to chat with me, and I want to stay around and ski for a while, and we're just going to kind of play it by ear, Barry.
Jack, a great season. I really want to thank you for all the cooperation you've given me.
Thank you.
Joel Collier, the brilliant defensive strategist for the Buffalo Bills. Joel, what a ball game. What a ball game. Your defense was superb.
Oh, it was tremendous, Barry, tremendous. We certainly appreciate the way the defense has played for us this year. We've got some outstanding individuals, but I think our defensive club is one that is outstanding as a unit. We may not have the best personnel in the league, but the team that stays together is the one that's going to win. And we had a fine defensive unity this year, and we certainly appreciate the way they played for us.
Joel, you started out this year, and they started running the traps up the middle for their first score. After that, what do we do to readjust and keep them from scoring?
Well, we tightened our line down to trying to cut their splits down. They were trying to split us out wide, and we thought if we tightened up our defensive line, they had a little more trouble getting through there, which they did. And our outside linebackers played good ball and contained their outside game, and cornermen played a particularly good game. Butch Bird, actually, his man didn't catch one ball, which was outstanding.
Joel, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Albert Sabinian, the greatest flanker back in professional football. We've spoken to you so many times before about your confidence, about the way you could come back. This is a big thing that you and John Mazer worked on. It bore fruit today. What a ball game.
Thanks, Barry. Thank you very much.
Did they double team any out there at all today?
Well, a couple of times we did, but we ran what we call the square end pattern, and I lost the safety man.
Second ball game, but the second time we played the Chargers this year on Thanksgiving Day. You played, but you certainly weren't at your maximum effectiveness because of your knee injury. Now you were 100% effective, and you certainly showed it today, dude.
Thank you, Barry. I feel real good today.
What about next year? Dude, you going to play for us again?
Well, I hope I don't get cut or trade.
I'm planning on coming back again. Albert, you're the only original Bill left from the first day of training camp when Buster Ramsey came. It's been a long, hard road, and we finally made it. You must feel great. Well, I feel like $1 million, man. It seemed like after 5 years, finally a dream came true. And what about Grandma? She must be pretty happy, too. Hey, let me clear something. My grandma's really a swell old girl. My grandma, she's the best grandma in the world. She's really good. Ruby, you had a great year. Thanks for everything. A great winner. Thanks, Barry. Thank you very much. Butch Bird, our stellar all-star cornerback from Boston University. Butch, many times you've hurt the University of Buffalo Bulls, and you played for Boston. You came up here, and you've torn every team in the league apart. No team has been able to pick on you. Last week you said, we didn't beat Boston, we stomped them. What do we do today, Butch?
Well, we played a real hell of a game against San Diego. They got a real fine team, and I think we just outplayed them. We just got a better team.
Which I've seen you play all during the course of the year, and although you didn't return one for touchdown, like you did the last game against San Diego, you played a fantastic game. They couldn't do a thing against you.
Thank you. This is one of my better days. The receiver I have, Norton, he didn't catch a pass all day, and I was quite pleased about that. Overall, I think I had a pretty good game today, and I'm happy about it.
Which has been a long way since that August 21st practice game against Kansas City. What Abner Haynes had a real good day. You've shown the spirit of a great champion. You bounced back when you were down. You're a real champion all the way, Butch.
Well, thank you very much.
And it's Billy Shaw, the captain of the Bills. Billy, we've said everything. A great team, a great this, a great that. It must be fantastic.
Yes, no, there it is, and I'm glad the end is here because we've all worked hard, and we're tired and ready to go home and rest until July comes again.
Well, maybe it's my imagination, but I think that there wasn't as much enthusiasm, raw, uncanny enthusiasm in the dressing room this week as there was last week, simply because we knew we had to go out and do a job. We went out and we did the job, and now we're the champions. Am I right?
Yes, I think so, Barry. Of course, I think the game was a little anticlimactic for us. Our real big game was last week, and of course we got up for the game and did a wonderful job as far as scoring points and playing a good game. But I think I can't say that the enthusiasm was greater for the Boston game than it was for this one, but personally, I think I enjoyed the victory over Boston more than I did this one.
Billy, thanks very much for everything. Have a great game in the Pro Bowl game. We'll see you next July.
Thank you a lot, Barry.
Jim Dunaway, the former All-American from Ole Miss, and now our second-year tackle. You did a great job this year, Jim. You were hurt at the beginning of the year. You came through, and now the big one. We certainly did the job.
Thank you, sir. I'm just proud that I could come through after a little injury.
Jim, was this as big a thrill as when you played for those great teams down at Ole Miss?
Oh, this is a much bigger thrill here. This is for all the marbles.
All the marbles, we went out and we did it.
That's right. I'm glad we did, too. I don't know, though. I feel more elated about the Boston game almost than I do this one.
We were just speaking about that with Billy Shaw. We went out, we played this game, we played the last one. Now we're the champs. No one can take anything away from us.
And I'm proud of that because this has been a long season, and the whole team has held it real good. We've been real lucky.
Okay, Jim. Thanks very much. We're trying to get Lou Saban, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. He's making his way over now, being congratulated by the many, many well-wishers that are in the Buffalo dressing room. Lou, we said at the beginning of the year that Lou Saban was the type of guy that was going to stand by the courage of his convictions, that wanted to give to the fans of Buffalo, New York, nothing but the best professional football team. Whatever you did, whatever decision you had this in mind. You went out there. You didn't care about what people thought about Lou Saban. You thought about what you could give to the people of Buffalo. And Lou, I want to tell you how proud I am to be part of, one, as a sportscast, and secondly, is the city of Buffalo, and call you now a great coach. I know you don't like that word, but no, I think I can use it.
I don't think that I'm a great coach, perhaps a very fortunate coach. Fortunate from the point of view that Mr. Wilson's allowed me to do what I think is necessary to do. I got a very capable staff, a trainer, equipment man, and a doctor. And these are the things that are far more important to me than a lot of the other stuff that I've heard. Plus the fact that with this young squad, this squad that's done such a tremendous job, they certainly are entitled to all the benefits that go along with it. I hope that we can continue to be a top club. I think we can.
Lou, they said that before the year began, the Buffalo Bills never could win the big one. It seemed that week after week, we always had the big one. We went out and won the ball game. This must have been hard for you to coach all these pressure ball games.
Well, they had to win 13 big ones. Without, if we'd have lost anywhere along the line, we'd have been in serious trouble.
And we won went out and we did it. Lou, I know that during the year you chastised me a few times for using the word great. Can I now call this Buffalo Bill Club, the world champions, a great club?
Just say that they're a fine football team.
Lou, once again, thanks for everything, and I want to tell you how happy I am to be associated with you, the members of your staff.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Barry. You've been fine.
Thanks again, Lou. Cookie Gilchrist, the premier running back in the American Football League. Cook, you've had better days than this. You've picked up 122 yards there, that one 243-yard day. Never, though, have I seen you run with such reckless abandon and just run with it with the intent to get that championship the way you did today. A great ball game.
Thanks a lot, Barry. Well, my running ability, as well as any other back's running ability, depends greatly on the line. And the line did a tremendous job in blocking today, and the result, we won, and I had a good day myself, and everybody's happy.
Look, your blocking today was superb. Were they blitzing you a lot? You had to pick up a lot of guys?
No, they didn't blitz, not like Boston, which my blocking, I don't think my blocking was as good as it was last week, because last week I had a specific man, but today sort of filled in a lot, on a lot of occasions.
What happened? I noticed that you got injured, you came off, and Willie Ross played the rest of the ball game. What actually happened?
It was rib. I got a rib, I don't know, a rib separation or muscle or something, and it's quite painful right now, but I think it'll be okay. I hope so.
We'll keep you out of the All-Star game, will it?
I doubt it very much, but if it does, I'll be down there anyway. Be a vacation well deserved.
Cookie, you had a real rough year this year. You had the incident way back after the Boston game where you were fired, then came back. Now you're back and play like a champion for the championship. What does the future hold? Do you want to play here next year, Cook? Or
well, I'm flexible. I feel I have a bright future, whether I'm here or wherever I go, but I would like to play in Buffalo, but there's been a lot of things that happened that I think that are going to have, we're going to have to sit down and talk about and discuss, so it won't be any reoccurrence of these things on my part as well as the management part. So I feel that the next couple of days I'm going to sit down with Mr. Wilson and find out what their intentions are and just see.
Okay, putting things in proper perspective, how does this victory over the Chargers rank as your sports thrill?
Well, I think we had a bigger thrill last week when we beat Boston. Everybody was up for Boston, and the momentum sort of carried on to this game. But it's a great thrill to be a champion for the AFL, and all the fellows are quite enthused as well as I am, But with me, I've been playing 11 years, and I just don't get as enthused as I used to get. It's a sport as well as it's a job.
Cookie, you did a tremendous job, not only today, but for the entire season. I want to tell you one thing. I'm really proud to be associated with you. You've been very, very good to me, and I want to wish you nothing but the best, whether it's in Buffalo, Oakland, New York, or wherever you're going to be.
Thanks a lot, Barry. I feel the same way about you, too.
Thank you, Cook.
All right.
Pete Gogolak, the great pro innovation with his new method of kicking field goals and kicking off. Pete, your point production today topped that of the entire San Diego Charger team. You know that?
Thank you, Barry. I had a pretty good day, and this was an important game, and we won, and we won the championship, and I feel great.
Greatest thrill, Pete, in your life?
Just about, I should say, yes. Tremendous.
You came a long way, Pete, not only coming from Hungary, but from the Ivy League. We always kidded on about Ivy League ball players couldn't play football. You kind of disproved that, didn't you?
Well, I guess I did. Professional football is different than Ivy League football, I have to admit, but I guess I was lucky enough to get into pro ball, and I enjoyed it all the way.
How do you feel now, Pete, after this great win?
Tremendous, and I tell you, Barry, this is a young club, and this team has a long ways to go. I think the average age of the football team is about 25 years old, and the future looks pretty good.
So next year we're going to cut the rookies' hair?
The American Football League Championship game. The Bills of Lou Saban, Pro Football's Coach of the Year, versus the Western Division winning San Diego Chargers. 40,242 slightly apoplectic Buffalo fans turn out in standing room numbers for their first championship game. And what a battle it is. The Chargers strike early. The brilliant Keith Lincoln draws up the middle for 38 yards. Quarterback Tobin Rote passes to end Dave Kasurik for 26 yards, and the Chargers lead after 3 minutes and 11 seconds of play. The Bills can't get moving, and the Chargers are on the attack again. But here's the tackle heard round the world. Keith Lincoln is hit by Mike Stratton, and Lincoln is through for the day. The Chargers are shaken. Quarterback Tobin Rote throws right into Charlie Warner's waiting arms. The AFL's leading ground gainer, Cookie Gilchrist, cranks up. Behind Billy Shaw, Cookie turns Earl Faison's end for 32 yards. Kemp throws to Warlick to the San Diego 14. Second period, Kemp is trapped, but he spots Gilchrist on the San Diego 4. Carlton puts the Bills in front for keeps. Late in the second period, Gilchrist streaks off tackle to the Chargers' 8. Pete Gogolak adds to the Bills' margin with a field goal from the 17 before the half. After a doggedly fought and scoreless third period, the Bills strike again early in the fourth. Kemp hits Glenn Bass on a look-in, and the speedy end streaks to the 1, setting up an easy TD by Kemp. Paul McGuire puts the icing on the championship cake with this gorgeous 64-yard punt to the Chargers 2 near game's end. It's an impatient crowd that waits the final whistle to congratulate their heroes, the Buffalo Bills, champions of the American Football League for 1964.
Hi, I'm Darryl LaMonica. M&T and I hope you have enjoyed the highlights of the 1964 championship season. I'm confident 1965 will be another fine year for the Bills. I think our club will be even better, and that we'll defend our championship in an exciting manner. Best way to see the Bills play, and the only way when we're at home, is to be at War Memorial Stadium in person. And the easiest way to be sure of getting the best seats for every home game is by purchasing season tickets. 7,700 brand new seats located between the goal lines will be ready in 1965. And thousands of additional choice seats will be available to new season ticket holders as well. So if you are not already a season ticket holder, there is no time like the present to join friends and neighbors who are. All you have to do is send a $10 deposit for each seat requested in a price range of your choice. $42, $31.50, $21, and the Bills will invoice you for the remainder in May. Of course, you can pay in full at the time you make application, if you so desire. Why not pick up a season ticket application form tonight before you leave? Fill it out and mail it to the Buffalo Bills ticket office, 69 West Mohawk Street. Enclose your $10 check or money order for each seat ordered, and you'll have no more worries about good seats in 1965. You'll be glad if you do.